Beijing, February 23. Xinhua, Chinese President Xi Jinping on Sunday stressed unremitting efforts in the prevention and control of the novel coronavirus disease, COVID-19, epidemic and coordination in Xi, also General Secretary of the Communist Party of China, CPC, Central Committee and Chairman of the Central Military Commission, made the remarks when delivering an important speech at a meeting. The Chinese nation has experienced many ordeals in its history, but it has never been overwhelmed. Instead, it has become more and more courageous, growing up and rising up from the hardships, Xi said. Epidemic situation remains grim and complex, and it is now a most crucial moment to curb the spread, he noted. Xi asked party committees and governments at all levels to continue to make unremitting efforts in various prevention and control work and resume work and production in an orderly manner. Efforts should be made to fully unleash the huge potential and powerful driving force of China's development and strive to achieve the goals and tasks for economic and social development this year. On behalf of the CPC Central Committee, Xi extended sincere greetings to party members, officials and the general public throughout the country, especially those in Hubei province and its capital city. He also expressed his sincere gratitude to compatriots in Hong Kong, Macau and Taiwan, overseas Chinese, as well as to countries, international organizations and friendly people that have provided the Xi also expressed deep condolences to compatriots and medical personnel who lost their lives in the fight against the epidemic, and sincere sympathy to patients and their families who are struggling. The trend expanding, Xi said. Since the start of the outbreak, the CPC Central Committee has attached great importance to the issue, made swift deployment, strengthened the centralized, unified Li. The CPC Central Committee has made it a prominent task to improve the admission and cure rates and reduce the infection and mortality rates, Xi said, noting that Wuhan and Hubei have been taken as th. Efforts have also been made to strengthen the emergency supply of medical materials and daily necessities, safeguard social stability and win the support of the international community, he added. The COVID-19 outbreak is a major public health emergency that has spread in the fastest speed, caused the most extensive infection and is the most difficult to contain in the country since the founding. This is both a crisis and a big test for us, Xi said, adding that after arduous work, the positive trend in the prevention and control work is now expanding. Been proven that the CPC Central Committee's judgment on the situation of the epidemic is accurate, all work arrangements are timely, and the measures taken are effective, said Xi. The results of the prevention and control work have once again demonstrated the notable advantages of the leadership of the CPC and the system of socialism with Chinese characteristics, he added. Solid, meticulous efforts required, Xi called for firm, solid and meticulous efforts in the epidemic prevention and control, urging party committees and governments at all levels to remain vigilant and no victory should be lightly announced until there is a complete win, Xi said, making the following demands: Hubei province, as well as its capital city Wuhan, should be safeguarded with resolute both imported cases and spread within the city should be prevented. Medical resources and key supplies should be allocated in a scientific manner, providing more protection for the medical workers. Effective diagnosis and treatment plans should be summarized and promoted in time. International and regional cooperation should be expanded. Release of epidemic information should be improved. Social stability should be well safeguarded. Illegal activities disturbing medical treatment, epidemic prevention, and market and social order should be severely punished. Impact manageable. The impact of the epidemic on China's economic and social development is temporary and generally manageable, Xi noted. He said the COVID-19 epidemic will inevitably deal a relatively big blow to China's economic and social development. However, at such a time it is even more important to view China's development in a comprehensive, dialectical and long-term perspective, and to strengthen and firm up confidence. In general, the fundamentals of China's long-term sound economic growth remain unchanged, Xi added. Orderly resumption of work, production. Stressing orderly resumption of work and production, Xi made specific requirements to that end. Each region should adopt a precise approach when advancing resumption of work and production based on local health risks, Xi said. Regions with relatively low risks should reorient their disease prevention and control strategies as soon as possible to focus on forestalling imported cases and comprehensively restoring the order. Medium-risk regions should promote work and production resumption in an orderly manner based on local epidemic control situations, while high-risk regions should continue to be fully committed to DOI. Xi stressed strengthening the regulation role of macroeconomic policies, calling for more positivity in the country's proactive fiscal policy and the rollout of more targeted interim policies in Q. Besides, the prudent monetary policy should feature more flexibility and moderation, Xi said, calling for making good use of existing financial support policies and introducing new policies and MIASU. China will step up efforts to keep employment stable, with all-round measures to cut corporate burdens, keep the payroll stable, and create more jobs, Xi said, adding that in addressing the outstanding Xi underscored efforts to push for the resumption of work and production with precise epidemic prevention and control strategies, while smoothing travels and logistics channels and lifting cargo trend. The country should actively expand effective domestic demand, fast-track the progress of projects under construction and new ones, as well as enhance guarantees for labor, land, funds and other produce. meantime, China will ensure the timely agriculture work in spring, Xi said. In doing so, he urged efforts to address the protruding issues in spring farming preparation and ensure well-organized production, transportation and supply of farming materials. Xi also noted that people's basic livelihoods should be guaranteed, such as the supply of staple and non-staple food. Enhanced efforts should be made to take care of those in need as well as those losing their family members due to the epidemic. Efforts should also be made to coordinate medical treatment for patients with other diseases. The country should keep the foreign trade and investment stable amid the epidemic outbreak, Xi stressed. Foreign trade policy tools like export tax rebates and export credit insurances should be put to good and full play to ensure smooth operation of foreign trade industrial chains and supply chains. Major foreign investment projects should be well implemented, while opening up of finance and other services should be expanded. In order to win the people's war against the epidemic, the party's leadership should be strengthened, Xi said. Xi required cadres at all levels, especially the leading officials, to take initiative in fulfilling duties. Cadres who make outstanding contributions should be awarded, while those who fail to perform their duties should be held accountable, Xi noted. Stressing more care for primary-level cadres, Xi called for solving their practical difficulties in a timely manner and resolutely rectifying the practice of formalities for formality's sake and per. Xi also required summing up experience and drawing lessons from the weak links exposed in the epidemic to improve the ability to deal with major public health emergencies. Presiding over the meeting, Li Keqiang called for rallying more closely around the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at the core and required the solid and precise implementation of Li demanded efforts to achieve this year's economic and social development goals and tasks, and secure finishing the building of a moderately prosperous society in all respects and completing the 13T.